Hi, everybody. This is Mel Kotlyar from melkotlyar.com. Welcome to a special interview with my friend and mentor, DC Cordova. You there, DC?
I'm right here. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. Thank you for making some time. I know you're busy making some great moves happening right now. DC Cordova, I like to call her the godmother of the self-education, self-help, and higher level consciousness movement that's going on right now. She's the CEO of the Accelerated Business Schools and the Money in You program. For those that don't know about Money in You, it's an incredible interactive program that has been the starting point of success for over 70,000 entrepreneurs around the world. I actually had the opportunity to sit down with DC recently, and I have to tell you, she is one of the most genuine, straight from the heart, honest, and caring people I have ever met. And not only that, she knows how to create wealth. And most importantly, she's willing to share her knowledge with others. So before we get started here, I wanted to let you guys know some of the past graduates that have attended DC's Money in You seminar have been people like Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Tony Robbins, we all know, the great success coach himself, Jack Canfield, who is author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Laurel Langmeyer, T. Harv Eker, some of the greatest entrepreneurs of our time. And the greatest part of it all is they all attended her course before they were successful. She's an amazing global connector, bringing entrepreneurs from all around the world together. And her key purpose, as you'll hear when she introduces herself here in a minute over the conference call, is her purpose is to uplift humanity and the conscious level we currently have through business. DC is an ambassador of new education to eradicate poverty and hunger. So, without further ado, DC, I'd like to welcome you to the call.
Well, I'm very excited because I know that you're working with coaches and with people that are really interested in helping others and to better themselves. And, of course, we are always on a mission to create as many people being wealthy so they can go out there and not only have their life, be exactly the way they want it, but also to make a contribution to others. So I'm excited that you have me here with your network to share some of the most important tools that all of the people that you mentioned and many others have used in order to create an amazing life.
Absolutely. And I'm sure throughout this call, many of the listeners will get some key distinctions, even some very keys to success that I wouldn't be surprised if they, after taking their notes, would have an amazing breakthrough. So tell me, DC, tell us a little bit about your background as a global entrepreneur and some of how did you get started?
Oh, it just very, very simply, I used to be a court reporter, and I was in the legal field, and I was going to grow up to be an attorney. I was very successful by the time I was 24 years old, but I had gone through some pretty sad things had happened to me very young, some emotional setbacks. My boyfriend had been killed right before we were going to be married, and I was pregnant and didn't know it. And what I did was, it was so tough on me, as it would be on any 18-year-old, that I just really committed my life to working and to becoming a success. And by the time I was 24, I was doing fantastic, but I was very, very sad, and I didn't have a purpose, and I decided to move. I lived in Los Angeles, and I decided to move to Hawaii so I could be depressed in a beautiful place, And through a series of circumstances, I ended up having a wonderful, if you may call it a transformational experience by myself, where I really got to see that I was put on this world to do much more than just to be a party girl. And I went on to search for a life purpose, so to speak, and I ended up going to the first Big Daddy program called EST. And then I also did some personal work through rebirthing, and through a series of wonderful, wonderful quote-unquote coincidences, I ended up meeting my mentors, Marshall Thurber and Bobby DePorter, who had created the first business school for entrepreneurs of its kind. They were very, very successful in the real estate business in the 70s in San Francisco. As a matter of fact, they were the ones who saved all those beautiful Victorians from being torn down, and they made a fortune from that. And so their work was based on real, proven business principles, but also they had quite a bit of the personal development tools that they had been learning in going through some of the self-development programs that were coming online at the time. And they combined the two and created a lot of money, a lot of success. So many people wanted to come and work in that organization, which was called Hawthorne Stone. And that actually real estate company, commercial now, still remains in San Francisco, but the people that, one of the original partners is still there, but please don't go knock on their door. Many people have, and they prefer, they went separate ways. They continue with that work, and my mentors went on to create the first business school for entrepreneurs of its kind.